Hello everybody, welcome to Uncle Tom's Kitchen. What we will be making today is some fish tacos, and we will get started. I have a couple of Pyrex containers here. You can use anything you want. This is what I will be breading the fish with. By the way, this will be a gluten-free fish taco. I use this Louisiana fish fry breading, and it's made with corn, and it's gluten-free. So if you're looking to be gluten-free, you can use this. If not, you can use your preferred breading. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get our fish. I like to use fish from Costco. This is the Costco tilapia, individually wrapped. That's what I like to do. That's my preferred method. I need to get a knife. All right. So what I'm going to do is take out my fish. I'm going to cut the fish out of here. Pull it out. Okay, so I'm going to get out probably at least 5 or 6 of these. Let's see here. These fillets. I'm going to get these fillets out here onto my cutting board. Notice I don't cut all the way through. You know, it's like those old Otter Pops. Don't cut all the way through, so you can throw the whole thing. You don't have these little tabs everywhere. Just a little pro tip. I'm going to cut these. See how I stop right there before the edge? Put down more fish. Now when you do this, make sure that your fish isn't frozen. You put frozen fish into a deep fryer, and that'll cause a lot of undue splatter. Water and hot oil do not mix well. So I'm just going to use the moisture alone from these fish fillets as the only moisture I need to bread them. Keep the moisture down to a minimum. Boy, these things are cold. They're barely not frozen. Because they come frozen. They come frozen from the factory, from the fish factory. Alright, so all we're going to do is take our fish fillets, and we're just going to cut them into chunks. You know, your preferred chunk size. So I just cut them like this. Nice small little chunks. Okay, so you're just going to keep doing this for all this fish right here, right? Put them in little chunks like this, and I'm going to show you what we do with them now. So I got a plastic bag. It's better to have a paper bag, but I don't have a paper bag, so I'm going to use this gallon-sized plastic bag. Let me get a shot of that. And it's filled with the breading right there, so I'm just going to take my fish chunks, put my fish chunks in there, and we're just going to kind of bounce them around, and we'll just kind of shake them up, mix them around, mix them around, mix them around. That's how we're going to do it, just shaking them back and forth. Kind of like shake and bake, only we're not going to bake. So it's more of a shake. Instead of a shake and bake, it's more of a shake. Shake, shake, shake. So then they come out of your breading deal with a thin layer of breading on your fish chunks. See? Thin layer of breading on your fish chunks. Alright? So you just kind of take them out of here. Put your fish chunks down on your pan here. I might get all my fish chunks into one pan this time. I don't know. So I'm just going to put them in here. You don't have to be fancy about this or anything. Just kind of throw them in there. Just kind of throw them in there. Is there any more fish in here? Nope. Okay. A little piece of fish right there. Okay, so that's all there is to this part right here. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of this fish right here, and we will turn it back on at the next step. Alright guys, this here, just so you guys know, in case you're interested, I'm sure somebody will ask me, so I'm going to go ahead and mention it now. This is a T-FAL Easy Clean fryer. It's a home version. When you fry your food, and then when you're done, you flip this switch, and then the oil drains down into this bottom container right here. I can't show you because I just filled it up. And then actually you flip it to the left to pull the tray out. You flip it to the right, and the oil runs through a strainer into this bottom thing to clean it. You take the oil out after it's filtered. You put it back in the top, and you can keep using the oil. Probably a good at least 3 times, 3 or 4 times. I usually go 3, but I think I could probably push it to 4. So this is a T-FAL Easy Clean, fryer. It's got a little basket. It holds a decent amount of oil. It really works well for home use. It's a pretty nice featured thing. It's got automatic temperature control. You can see me, I just turned it on. The light will come on. I'm going up to 375, and it'll hold that temperature while I'm cooking. As soon as you put stuff in, it'll kick back on and heat the stuff up. It's got handles on the side. It's all stainless steel. I've had it for a couple of years. I use it pretty frequently, at least, I don't know, probably 1 or 2 times a month, and I've had it for a couple of years. It's lasted real good. It's lasted real well, I mean. And I really like it a lot. So if you're interested in a fryer, I'll put a link to one of these in the description if you're looking to get one of these. If you're looking at how I'm making these fish tacos, and you're like, I could make a bunch of stuff myself. Well, this is how you do it. And the reason I have to do this is because I have the whole celiac problem, the gluten problem, so I have to make my own almost everything. So that's why I have my own fryer. So we're just going to heat up the oil, and I'll get back to you as soon as the oil's heated up, and we'll start frying up some fish. Okay guys, the oil is at temperature, so I'm just going to lift up the basket, and it's got a little hook right here. It's got a little hook for it to rest on. I am sorry about the wind. The wind has suddenly kicked up. Let me see if you can even see anything. I'm trying to do everything all at once here. So I'm just going to take some fish, and I want to keep these kind of decent separated apart. I don't want to clump them because they'll stick together and stuff. I'm just kind of carefully placing them in here because I don't want a lot of this dust stuff in my clean oil if I can help it. You can just throw them in here if you don't care, but I tend to place them in here a little bit more meaningful like because of the OCD and whatnot that I have. But anyway, we'll get some fish in there. And see if we can wiggle some more in here. Okay, that ought to do it. I'm not going to stack them or nothing like that. So then what I do here is I put the lid back on so it's resting on the basket, and then I take the whole thing, lift it all up together, and set it down in the oil. Just like that. That way if something were to splatter up or there was a problem, I'm protected by that lid. So I'll get back to you guys after the oh, this is set at 375. If I didn't mention, it's 375, and we're going to cook these for 4 minutes. Talk at you in a minute. Alright, I want to give you a little bit of what it sounds like. It's all in there just frying up a storm. Coming along nicely. We're about 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in, people, 2 minutes in. Doing all right. Okay, so we're going to lift them up at the same time together and put it on the hook, and it'll drain for a minute. And then we're going to give these to Joanna to take in the house. I'll show them to you in just a second. We're just going to let them drain. There's a lot of bugs out here, so I'm trying real hard not to have a problem with bugs in my food, kind of thing. Okay, so that's what it looks like right there. We're just going to get them out of here, and you just want to sit them on a paper towel. They look really good, nice and crispy. That's about exactly what we want. So 4 minutes at, hey, pay attention to what you're doing.
375.
What did I say?
You said
375, 375, correction. Okay, so go ahead and get those inside, and we'll go ahead and load up again. We're going to load up again. Alright, so we're going to take our lid, put it on top again, and then we're going to lower it down all at one time. There we go. Alright, so they started really crackling. We're going to cover up our food over here, and we're going to set the timer again. Hey Siri, set timer for 4 minutes.
Okay, it's set.
Okay, so that's all there is to it. Just repeat until all your fish is done, and then I'll show you the preparation of the shells and the rest of the taco in just a minute. Alright guys, I'm back in the kitchen again. Let me see if I can... So I have different... Oh, that is the brightest. Okay, so we're back in the kitchen again, and I'm going to show you how to prepare the shells. I like to use these supersized taco shells. These are bigger than normal size, and they add, as far as those guys out there counting carbs, these add 3 grams of carbs over the regular size, so not a big difference, and they hold all the stuff of a fish taco a lot easier. So I use the larger ones. Okay. So you heat up your pan real nice and hot, and then I take olive oil. No, this is vegetable oil. I'm going to use vegetable oil today. But anyway, here's some vegetable oil, and I'm just going to squirt a little in there like that. And you don't have to worry about it going everywhere so much right now, because I'm going to take my taco shells. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to spread it around with the taco shell like that before it burns the piss out of your flange. Then you spread this around, get the oil in the taco shell real good like that. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and let those heat up. I need shredded cheese, please. Alright. So anyway, about these fish tacos. A good friend of mine from the past taught me how to make these. So all credit goes to her for these. She was making these pretty regular. You can use some sort of white cheese as well, but I just use 4-cheese Mexican cheese. So anyway, all credit for these fish tacos and the way she makes it, everything. I'm just pretty much copying everything that she taught me to do. I don't know if I'm really changing anything at all. I don't remember, but anyway, that's where this fish taco recipe come from. Is from her, and the way that we make it. She was also had a gluten allergy as well, so it was nice that somebody figured out how to make a gluten-free fish taco. And I'm going to continue to make gluten-free foods for those of you that have gluten allergies. Definitely might want to subscribe to the channel now. I'm going to be making all kinds of gluten-free recipes that traditionally are not gluten-free. So you might want to stick around. Also low carb, gluten-free. They have to be low carb because I'm also diabetic. So if that kind of thing interests you, and it does, and regular people that don't have a gluten allergy that aren't diabetic will never know the difference either. So if you have like a husband or a wife or something like that that's not, that doesn't have a gluten allergy, they're not diabetic, they can just eat whatever they want or whatever, and typically do, they won't know the difference. These recipes that I show don't taste bad or different in any way. That's the whole purpose, or that's the whole goal behind them. So anyway, you can see them kind of bubbling up here a little bit when they start rising a little bit right here. So then I'll take my tongs and I'll just kind of flip them over. See, I got a little bit of a golden hue there. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And this spot right here where I don't have that, I'm going to kind of rotate that in. Okay, so then I take my cheese. Hopefully I'm not blocking the camera. I'm doing the best I can to do all this on my own here. So then I'll spread this out on here like this. And I kind of spread that out like that. And then what we're doing now is we're just waiting for that cheese to melt. And as soon as that cheese melts, that's a done shell. And then you put that off and go to the next person. Like this is Joanna's meal right here, and she eats 2 tacos. So I'll make these 2 first, put these on a plate, pass this off to her to make it into the final product, and then I'll move on to mine. But in this particular case, I'll put these together so you guys can kind of see how you put the fish taco together and some of the choices and stuff that you can make with that. So as soon as this cheese is melted, which it looks like it almost is, I guess I'll just keep it running because it's almost melted now. But when one side isn't melted like that, I'll just kind of rotate around towards the center of the pan. And that'll do it. Okay, so we got ourselves a plate right here. And I'm going to get these out. Kind of situate them onto the... Let me turn this off right now. So I'll come over here. And so here's our finished fish tacos, or fish for the fish tacos. And I'll just kind of pop these on here like this. Just kind of arranging them in such a way here that they're kind of down the center, right? And that might be too big a piece. Let's go with this one instead. And then we'll go over here with this bigger one. And we're just going to kind of arrange the fish. Kind of arrange the fish down the center of the taka, of the kataka. And then you're just going to do a little bit of onion. These onions are chopped a little on the crazy wild side. Okay, so the other one we'll do a little green. I think green's probably better, so we'll probably do one green, one white. We'll see which we prefer. And I just kind of putting these together, kind of thing. And then put a little tomato in here. Throw a little tomato in here like that. So now we got tomatoes. Okay, now you're going to put a sauce of some kind on a fish taco. And some people, let me put a little sour cream squirt on here. Oh, I love these new sour cream squirty things, man. This is way better than fishing out sour cream. I love these new squirty sour cream things. Okay, so this is what you can put on here. This is a new one that I've never tried. I just saw this and thought, yeah, that might be good on a fish taco. Don't know if it is or not. I'm going to give it a try, see if it is. And then this is a spicy ranch dressing that you can use. And you can use whatever, you know, experiment. Try some different things. This isn't the original dressing that I was taught to use on these, but I kind of like it. I tried it and kind of like it. So this is the one that I prefer as of now. And I try different ones and stuff. And then Joanna is going to try this one. She just wants regular ranch because she doesn't like spicy anything. She's a total white girl or whatever. So she's just going to take a little of this right here, and you're just going to kind of squirt this right down the middle. This will be your dressing for your fish taco, and then that's it. You know, you pick this up and eat it, and then from here you just add, you know, your favorite salsa or hot sauce, whatever it is you like, and oh yeah, forgot about the cabbage. Forgot about the cabbage. The cabbage is like one of the most important parts of a fish taco. Almost forgot the cabbage. So you take a little bit of cabbage, and it's cabbage, not lettuce, people. Cabbage. Cabbage. Put a little cabbage on there. And now you have a finished fish taco right there, guys. That is going to be amazeballs right there. So anyway, there's your Uncle Tom's fish tacos. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions how to make this even better, or maybe your grandmother, you know, taught you a different way or whatever, leave those in the comments. Let's all share some ideas and whatnots. Catch you later. Hope you enjoyed the video. On that end.